We may have seen the art form of Garba in many movies, the fast spins, colors, and all of it. But what does Garba really mean, and what is the deep tradition behind it? Let's find out more in Nam Marabu and Insight. Hi Raji, thank you so much for joining us today. So before we get into the questions, when we think of Garba, what are the words that come to you?
Colors, vibrant colors, lots of energy, and of course, how can I forget devotion?
Yeah, of course. And I was thinking of less serious textbook answers. So I was thinking about how Alia Bhatt or Deepika Padukone are all stars who have popularized Garba.
True.
And I feel, but that's just the surface, there's so much more to Garba. What would you say is the story of Garba?
Garba, as the name suggests, it means womb in Sanskrit. So who has the womb? Women. So it's a dance predominantly, if not 100% done entirely by women. So that's the very much important significance of Garba.
And what is the devotion part of it, and when is it usually performed?
Garba is usually performed during the Navaratri, the divine 9 nights that celebrates the divine female force. In Gujarat, she is popularly called Amba, and this dance is performed by women in front of Amba's temple or in front of Amba during those 9 nights. It is a form of a celebration, a communal gathering. So the women, they gather their friends, they get together with their friends, their women in their family, and then go perform Garba, have fun during the 9 nights, and celebrate themselves.
I think that's the best part of Garba, that it's almost entirely women, and men are like the side characters. They just play the instrument, or sometimes they're not even in the picture at all. But I did hear that in some cases, because men have also started to, FOMO a little, they want to learn. So in some villages, the inner circle is made of women, and they do their thing, and the outer circle is just for men.
Yeah, that's
so they
right.
don't really mix, but still, I see that there's many different types of Garba in that sense, from even in Gujarat, from region to region, there's a difference. What are some common types of Garba that they are?
Okay. The very common types of Garba is Ras Garba, popularized by Bollywood, thanks to them. And then Dandiya, very much we have Dandiya nights here in Singapore.
Right.
And then Mandavadi Garba, which is getting popular thanks to AK-25. Of course, Gujarat is quite a big state. So the style may vary from one district or one region, one village to another. But predominantly, these are the three types.
What can you tell us about Mandavadi Garba?
Okay, Mandavadi Garba, it has we can say it has two types. One is the Mandavadi structure, which is made of a wooden frame in a very pyramidal shape, which the women carry with the legs of the pyramid shape here.
It's quite
and
heavy.
It's yes, it is quite heavy. No joking there. And it is surrounded by lamps, which is with oil. It's not like the battery operated ones we use in the festival, but it's like real lamps, so there's no missing there. Yeah, and you must see the ladies. It's so divine, just moving with the Mandavadi structure. And the other, maybe a sub-part of Mandavadi Garba is the pot, which has holes. We call the eyes of the pot, which has holes in the pot. And there is a lamp, again with oil lamp. It's called a deep. And the women balance it without their hand. They have a balancing frame, a circular frame, which they keep the pot over their head to. And then they walk from their home, gather their friends, and move to the temple and dance in a circular manner there. Yeah.
Wow, that sounds so fun. And it's all about the community.
Correct. And you know the significance of the pot on the lamp? The pot signifies the womb, and the lamp signifies the fetus, the baby that the women carries. So we are celebrating the divine feminine, and motherhood, pregnancy is a big part of femininity, and we are offering to Amba. See, it's all only about femininity and the divine celebrating the divine feminine. So Garba is very unique in that aspect.
Definitely. I mean, on itself, it seems like a very, very fast, rigorous dance. And on top of it, if you were to balance something, I can't really imagine that. So how do you train for that?
All right, the training process we have kind of simplified. First thing is balancing the pot and standing. Are you comfortable standing first? Then try walking.
I'm going to fail at that level. Are you comfortable standing?
No, you'll surprise yourself. Just
Okay.
just try once, yeah.
Sure.
Then try walking. Then add simple movements. Then the last part would come in moving in a circle. Yeah.
And if you fail, you'd be affecting the person in the circle.
Right.
That's really
And even if the
stressful.
pot is falling off, how gracefully can you adjust without showing it off in your face? That is also a big part of learning, getting this art form into practice.
And I feel that the group that we had for our performance showed that age isn't a barrier, you know.
Yeah.
Would you say that it's more about your mental clarity, for example, in doing the dance?
Yeah, all those dancers, oh my God, they were phenomenal because we had women in her 40s, mother of 3 kids, to all the way to teenagers going to college. So it was a very, how do I say, wide spectrum in age gap. So, but one thing they all had in common is I'm here to pick up a new art form. I do not mind trying.
It's the passion.
If the teacher trusts that I can do, I will do it. I'll put in my work and let the time take over for the results. Yeah. So
That's lovely. And
amazing 12 dancers.
and you know, you couldn't really tell them like apart. Like you couldn't say that she looks too young or look, she looks too old.
Exactly.
They all had that same grace that they embodied. And another thing I wanted to ask, like the Garba that we put forth in Ananda Kondatam had an entirely different vibe. Like the lights were down. It was really more, not like the very pompous, loud kind of
Yeah.
Garba I've seen.
Yeah.
Very divine, I would say, positive vibration. What are the signature moves in this type of Garba?
The signature moves, precisely I would say it's the way you clap. Because there are several beat cycles in Garba, like unlike the common 8-beat cycle which we are used to in Bollywood songs, there are like 12-beat cycles, 3-beat cycles. So the way you hit your claps for the first beat and third beat is different. So that is very, very important in Garba, and the way you move your legs. Because unless you move together in a same manner, you cannot move in a circle. Because moving in a circle is one of, as a dancer, is a very tricky to get, especially with a big group. So unless you all move in the same way, you cannot, it's challenging to keep the circle intact without hitting each other. So those are the two important.
That's a lot of moving parts.
Right.
And, you know, in certain communities back in Gujarat, when they do it as a society, it seems like they have much more, like, you know, it's like 50 people together in a circle, moving in sync.
Right.
And I always wonder, how do they do it? Like, what is driving the...
See, like any other folk art, this is an integral part of their life. Yeah, they were born and brought up. They've seen their mothers, their sisters, their grandmothers do this. So it naturally comes to you also. So it just becomes a second nature. And this dance, you see it every year. So the way you see when you are 2-year-old and the way you see it when you're 20-year-old, of course, the way you see it will have evolved. So when it's part of your life, it becomes no different to you, right? When you do it. So that's one important thing.
And as a dancer, now you talked about physical training, like how to balance the pot, what are the levels, but how do you like train the mind? You know, how do you keep that experience of being a Garba performer?
See, training your mind is simple if you ask me. It all needs some positive affirmation. So when you keep hearing the right things, your mind is automatically trained. When the mind is automatically trained, your body moves accordingly. So I believe that. You
rehearsed that before you came here?
No.
Call it. Wow. But I mean, and the fact that, you know, it sounds so easy, but it's very hard to implement. And yet, so many women who are brought up in that culture have gotten a grasp on it, such a good grasp on it, that even at very, you know, it's not a tourist thing, you know, it's just for themselves, for their community that they practice it. And how beautiful is that, you know?
Right.
What are some other, you know, very interesting things that you came to learn about Garba, specifically choreographing for Mandavadi Garba?
Choreographing for Mandavadi Garba, Minal Diti was very generous enough to share her experiences, how women there dress up, and what is the story, like how it is usually practiced there back in Gujarat. How long it goes to,
So how
like,
long does it go?
entire night.
Wow.
Yeah, it's an entire night. Still, there are practices in Gujarat where they do Garba throughout the night.
Wow.
Yeah, they keep
Stamina
dancing in
must be.
circles. And you
Wow.
know the significance why they dance in a circle?
No.
It's a circle of life.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Wow. So that's, symbolism after symbolism.
yeah,
And, how much thought would have gone into choreographing or like
yeah.
coming up with this art form. I
Right.
think that is underrated.
Correct.
So thank you so much. I feel like Garba, we have many opinions about it. We have seen it in so many places around us, but nobody has gotten to the bottom of it. It's we usually take it for granted. And thank you so much for sharing your very candid experience about
Thank
what
you.
Garba means to you today.
My pleasure.
Traditional Indian folk art forms are rarely about the individual, rather, they are about the whole community. Thank you for tuning in to Nam Marabu and Insight.